You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Welcome to Rom Wills About That Business. How to pay off debt. Now, that's a major thing for some people, and that goes beyond just the business aspects. That's just life. Like, you might just have a regular 9-to-5 job or career, which you cool with. You're not dealing with business. And that's one thing I'm going to start doing just a little bit more, because really, that's still business. If it involves money, it's business, even if you're working for somebody. So I'm going to expand a little bit. And one of the major things is debt. How do you deal with debt? And it's actually a very simple process. And I mean, it could take you a lifetime, it could take you a few years, but it's always better, right? It's a very simple process. One, you want to pay off one bill at a time. So, okay, you got all these bills, credit cards, whatever, you owe money on, right? Start with one bill at a time. Just say, okay, this is the one we're going to focus on. Now, it could be a few months, it could be a year, but just focus just on one bill. And of course, you keep your other ones up too. But you give them maybe a little bit above the minimum, especially if they credit cards. Now, if it's a stable loan where you just the loan term is you pay this every month. Yeah, okay, you keep that paid. If it's credit cards or something, pay a little bit more, because as you keep that credit, one thing with interest and stuff, you'll look up. You paying a minimum, but the bill's still increasing. It's crazy. So, if it's a credit card or something like that, pay a little bit extra like just normally on them. Now, first start with one bill at a time. Right? Start with the smallest and easiest to pay off first. Any little bit of extra money you got, put it on there. Put the extra money on there. And even with some, those bills with the stable payment, you can also, if you talk to them, sometimes they'll let you pay off early. It depends. Sometimes they'll take a little bit extra. Give them a little bit extra or something. But pay off the smallest first. Boom. Right? So you done paid that, and you got a little bit of extra money. Go to the next bill, right? The next smallest, and start paying that off. Do the same thing, but you can actually put extra money on it. Like, you get that, okay, you paid off that one bill. Say you get $100 extra a month, right? Might not seem a lot. And, some people might take that money and like go splurge on it or something. Go here at the fancy restaurant or buy some clothes or something. It's like, no, you focus on paying off your bill. So you got that extra 100, right? And say you pay off the next bill, right? You put it on the extra bill, and okay, all of a sudden you got that paid off. Say now you got an extra $250 a month, right? You take that $250 and then pay off the next bill. Boom, boom, boom. Then at some point, hopefully, it could take a few years, but you get to that last bill, it's like, boom, you can like knock it out. Then all of a sudden, you don't have anything. Like, I'll tell you the truth. I mean, there were years I had a lot of credit cards. Right? Especially, I've told people, I've been divorced and, separated. During the period of separation, it was a little tight. All of a sudden, finances were different. And I was doing some stuff where I needed the credit cards. But then, you get caught up with that and some other stuff, so I had to start paying them off. And this is what I did. I paid off one, closed it. Paid off another, closed it. Boom, boom, boom. Right now, I keep two. One is just basically for emergency. And the other one, I just haven't bothered to close it yet. It's just like a store credit card or something. I just keep it open. Sometimes they look good on the credit reports, And that's another thing too. Sometimes, when people, that can actually raise your credit score if you pay consistently and then you pay it off. They're like, oh, you knocked this out, right? But the whole key is you got to plan for it too. Don't just be haphazard or anything. And you can pay off anything. I don't care how bad it is. You can have collectors hitting you up every day, sending you nasty notes. You could be in a position you can't get anything, but you can always take care of it, because that's one thing with a credit card or any bills. It always reflects on your stuff, and eventually stuff falls off your credit report. And it might take a few years, but it'll fall off first. But focus on that. Focus on that, because if you get to a point you can pay off all your debt, or at least most of it, you still got extra money. And then you might be able to use that to invest in a business. Instead of having to pay that bill back, you can invest in a business, or build up your savings, build up your emergency fund if you have a business, But the key is, because that's where a lot of people get caught up. They paying debt every month. They are paying debt every month, and that can be tough. So anyway, that's basically how you pay it, just a basic plan. So anyway, that's all we got for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and many blessings. Oh, wait. That's my other channel. Let's go make that money.